is Amare?
Princess and the Bear. Today we're at
the Swan Reserve.
Yes, because we reserved a spot at Amare. Yes, the menu has changed, and when menus change, it's your number one choice of foodie infotainment. We're here to investigate. So remember, she's vegan. I'm not. Those little nooks look like I can climb them, right?
It's time for foodie and chill. Which I'm excited for. It's filled with nice and steam and now 2 of these sauces are vegan. This one is yogurt. So I'm just going to go ahead and go with this green one here. Cheers. It's giving spicy Morocco pavilion and I'm here for it. I love the bread. I love the sauce. I love everything about this. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 breads. It gives really good bread, and I hope it calls me tomorrow.
If it's one thing we're suckers for, it's a gimmick. You have this Ishkabubble bread. So they bring out in a nice, huge, delicious looking bubble, and they pop it for you because it's full of steam and they don't want you to burn yourselves. But it's nice and herbed and crispy. Well, I could do the red pepper hummus, but you know, that's just hummus. I'm going to go ahead and dip it in this creamy sauce here. Just give it a nice little circle, get the herbs nice and activated. When you say tapas, you know, these are the kind of things that I expect. That's like a fun, nice pull-apart bread, basically. It makes a nice conversation piece. Sit around with friends, fight over the last piece. It's tasty, it's well done. I like the grilled nature of it. It comes right out of a nice brick oven that you get to watch them pull it out of. Amare, treat me like a member of Amare? I don't know what I'm going for. 4.5 out of 5 claws. It's delicious.
Here we have some beautiful asparagus. Now they're not mutant size, but they are better than what I saw at SKT. These beautiful nuts on top, lemon on it. I love this. I love the char already. I'm impressed, and I haven't even had a bite yet. This is, without a doubt, the best asparagus I've ever had on Walt Disney World property. Like, hands down. You will not find a better tasting, more flavorful asparagus than this one. There's nowhere else you can go. You need to come to Amare and try their incredible asparagus.
It's a really sad state of things that all of my favorite vegetables are shaped like trees. And I don't care. They're shaped like pine trees, willow trees, unfurled palm trees. I just like tree-shaped vegetables. That's not really going anywhere. That's a whole explanation. There's not a reason. They just make more sense to me. Ooh. Oh my god. The smoky texture with like the tart of like the lemon. Normally like lemon on asparagus can sometimes go too far. But with the earthiness of the nuts and then the smoky, that's given like I am an outdoorsman and I cooked asparagus on an open flame somewhere in the woods of the Pacific Northwest. So this is a Mediterranean restaurant. So maybe on the side of the ocean with some rocks? I don't know. That tastes amazing. I give that 5 out of 5 claws. It's just asparagus, but it just speaks to me for some reason.
This is the smallest side plate of Brussies that I have received at Disney, but if they're good, then it doesn't matter. Now, usually they come with hot honey. These ones do not. They're just flash fried, and oh my god, these are amazing. I don't even want to share these with Bear. These are like a 4.75 out of 5 Brussels sprouts. I just think that this made like my top 5 best Brussels sprouts at Disney World. I think this is like one of the best kept secrets at the Swan Reserve. Why aren't you coming here?
We like a good roasted Brussies. We actually had Brussies, I think, Christmas dinner. Look at that color. The roast and everything else on there. It looks beautiful. It'll look more beautiful in my stomach. That is a tiny little bite of heaven. the crispiness from the being flash fried. Got a lot of flavor to it. Even though it would normally come with a hot honey, I do not miss it. It still sings in my mouth like a little Cabbage Patch Kid. That is a tasty Brussels sprout. At 4.25 out of 5 claws.
I saw tabbouleh on the menu and I had to get it because I love tabbouleh. It's a Mediterranean restaurant, so they better do good tabbouleh. It has a lot of mint, a lot of parsley. It's a little too over-herbed for me. I think I'd rather get the tabbouleh from the Mara. It's probably one of the weakest of the 3 sides that I got. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5 tabbouleh. It's okay.
Tabbouleh is a choice, but given this is a Mediterranean restaurant, I understand. It's been very nice to see the rise, the sort of watching the career from the shadows of Amare sort of rise in the ranks of these restaurants. When we first came here, the menu was questionable, but we keep seeing interesting reasons to come here, both normally, and it's also a restaurant we recommend every year. If it pops up for magical dining, it's a value that you need not pass by. I recommend using this on the Ishkabubble bread because it's a lot to eat as a spoonful. It needs to be spread or served on something. It's just too strong on its own. It's like eating straight dip with a spoon. I give it 3.5 out of 5.
This is the vegan Kibbeh, actually labeled vegan on the menu. Now the Slovaki is the entree, and we've had that so many times, but this is what I want for my entree. Now this is not actually labeled as an entree, but I think it is entree size, and you got all these beautiful like stuffings in the middle. I don't know what I'm supposed to be tasting, but I'm also really excited to try something new because that's what we do on this channel. We don't stick with the same boring things. We like the new. Now that is interesting. That tastes like a cold, nutty, not flaky version of a baklava. Like it's just very almost like pastry-like, but not, and cold and weird and just, I don't know. I've never had anything that tastes like this before, and I'm also not like mad at it. It's just different. I would give it a 3 out of 5. Mediterranean journeys. It's a thing that people do. Like it almost gives me like nostalgia vibes of like Persian cookies when you eat them with like Persian tea, but more like on a pistachio level.
This already is a very interesting appetizer. Now, marketed as an appetizer, it's got some nice color to it. You got like cracker. It's basically like a disc of Kibbeh served on top of these Lavash crackers. It looks pretty. Does it taste pretty? Will I feel pretty? It's very nut forward, but in a good way. I was worried it was going to be a little overpowering. It's like somewhere in between cold and room temperature, but it's got a nice, like, deep, earthy flavor to it. It's definitely feeling very like Kibbeh pistachio cake-like. Like it's more like a cake than like a dip itself. It tastes good on the lavash. Wish you had more of the lavash. With the size of it, honestly, I don't have a problem with it being necessarily an entree. It just feels like it needs like one more thing. I'm not quite sure what that is. It's tasty and I like it. I think if you're gonna share it, it's still a worthy appetizer. I would give it 3.75 out of 5 plus. I like a good grilled fish, so I got the grilled mahi with this caper sauce to pour on top of a sweet potato puree. You like a beautiful pour. Now you get it with a bed of sauteed kale, and this brick-looking couscous thing is giving me vibes of the vegan stew from Citric Coast that we, in short, did not love. But we're here today gathered here rather for this beautifully grilled looking mahi. Mahi is amongst my favorite fish from my time in the islands. I spent most of my youth on islands as a child, and I will not turn down good seafood. Mediterranean grilled mahi, there you have my interest. I'm one of those people that's all for using lemon to cut fish. Sort of cut like that strong of the ocean flavor you get from a lot of seafood, but not lemon alone. And I think this achieves that. It's sort of like lemon cream with the capers, a little bit of salty with the sweetness of the sweet potato puree. It gives it a more mild thing and lets the fish like shine. Shimmer, even. That is a tasty mahi. Oh, and the nice smokiness from the grill. It sort of enhances the whole experience. Very good mouthfeel. Very good flaky fish. If you like mahi, this one I disappoint. Give that a 4 out of 5 claws on its own. Let's go ahead and dig into this couscous stew looking brick with the kale. Because children, you gotta eat your veggies or you're never gonna grow up big and ridiculous like me. More of the ridiculous than anything else. I like how the plate sort of does. The plate feels like a tour of the Mediterranean. It's very much land and sea. You get a nice ocean flavors from like the Mediterranean Sea, from like the Mahi. Then you also get very earth-based flavors from the couscous, the kale, and the sweet potato. It's given garden fresh and ocean fresh, and I kind of love that. I'm giving the entire plate a 4.25 out of 5 claws. This is one of those that's just rich in flavor. It's not going to make me feel like I stuffed myself or overdid it at dinner. I like it. I'd eat it again.
Bear got this gin drink and now he's subjecting me to it because it's vegan. Sometimes I wish that some of these things weren't vegan so that I didn't have to drink them. Okay, that's not bad, actually. It's flavored really well. It's a little over-flavored for me, though. I would not order this myself. I give it a 2 out of 5 gins. But if you like gin, you might actually love this. Just, I don't.
A nice, good mixed cocktail. Ford's gin, okay, with some creme de violet. All right, a little cucumber slices on there. There's a little gold flake on top of there for a fancy. Make your insides twinkle, make them worth more, okay? You don't have to be a good person. Just have to order this drink. And you too will be a gold-plated person. Ooh. I feel like I just drank your grandmother's potpourri and added gin to it. I think after this, my breath will be really fresh. So much so that the princess won't even recognize me anymore. I would give it 4.25 out of 5 plus. Amare continues to amaze.
I am so in Amare from the new dishes that we had available. So much better than the last couple of times that we've been here. I'm loving this new menu.
Yeah, they continue each time the menu changes to just set and level their game up,
yes.
Which we like. Enough people don't wander over here to Swan Reserve, but it's a very short walk from Swan Reserve, or even the boardwalk if you're so inclined.
Yes.
And stir, the bar behind us is worth it, at least for the walk alone.
So good. Better than Enchanted Rose by far.
They even have some of the food items that you can get at Amare at the bar here.
Yes.
So maybe one day we'll try that out. But we don't know what you guys think, given what you've seen. Do you think it's preserving time at Swan Reserve at Amare? Let us know in the comments below. If there's anything else you can see us do, that will always be a place to find us. Hit that notification bell. You can see other videos like this. And
we have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear will yeet himself into the Swan Reserve.
I'm always getting yeeted. No more yeeting in the new year, you know? But you heard the girl.